Okay, here we are, ready to go. Mobility Wednesday. I've got bare feet. So, um, bare feet, always a good thing. If you can't go barefooted, that's okay. If you need to have shoes on, go right ahead and put them on. I'm going to go ahead and put on my gloves just because it gives my hands extra support. So we're going to be doing some movement, mobility stuff. We're going to use our hands to support ourselves. So we're going to recap some vestibular function, and we're going to start warming up by doing a pivot turn with a hand out. So what I want you to do is act like you're indicating like you're going to turn, okay? I don't care which hand goes out. But when you put your hand out, the thumb is up and I'm pivoting. See this? I'm not going fast. I'm going to go 2 times in one direction. And as I pivot, I'm gently pressing into the ball of my foot on the stability leg, or the leg that doesn't move. And I'm just lifting my heel. Okay? So I turned now, I think 2 or 3 times, step, and I'm going to go the other way. And I'm going to put my hand out. See that? Now, when you put your hand out, take a big breath in through your nose and ask yourself, do I have my shoulders down? Boom. See that? And I'm going to go and I'm going to pivot on the other foot. Okay? So I'm pressing into the toe or the ball of the foot. Some people refer to it as the ball of the foot, and I'm lifting my heel, okay? And as I go around, I'm going to go 2 times. Do not be surprised if you go a little too fast. You might start saying, oh, wait, the room is spinning. That's the point. We covered this on Monday, Kay, while you were being a driver. This is our vestibular function. So I'm revisiting and I'm putting into our mobility, since vestibular function has everything to do with your mobility and your balance, okay? And it's in the inner ear, okay? That's where it starts. So now I'm switched again. I've done it 2 times on one side, 2 times on the other. So now I'm gonna point, drop my shoulders, breathe through the nose, press the ball of my foot down into the carpet or the ground there, lift my heel, and as I turn, I do a stationary sighting. See, I'm going to go one more time this way. Do it with me, because this teaches you, and it teaches your brain how to find your balance if things start spinning. Okay, so once I've done that, now I'm going to cross over, and then I'm going to cross over, and I have my hands out like this. And you notice what I'm going to do with my feet. I'm crossing over, and I'm going far enough with a bent knee here that I rotate onto the outside of my foot in the back. Yeah, so now I'm switching, and I'm staying way over here. You see how I'm rolling to the side of the foot there? Yeah. Then I come back, take a big breath through the nose. Then I'm going to step wide, just like that. And I'm going to do a move that's a very functional move, okay? My suggestion, because I use this as an example on Monday, this movement pattern that I'm doing right now, I'm stepping a little wider. But when you unload your dishwasher, it could be many other moves. However, I know of a lady that's a friend of my mom's that was unloading her dishwasher. See, I'm unloading my dishwasher, putting it on the cabinet, whatever. Down, I shift, down, I shift. See that? And I spot a stationary object as I'm going down and up. I don't want to keep my head down and not keep focused on a stationary object. That's what I'm trying to make the point in this movement patterning. Because unfortunately, she was doing a move, unloading her dishwasher. She got dizzy and she fell and she broke her teeth out. So very functional move, not anything out of the ordinary, you would think. And that's why I keep persisting at doing this type of a class and hoping that people like her, you know, lots of people that are going through changes as they have their birthdays. And I'm telling you, it does matter, your birthdays. The biggest thing that matters is whether you go through a complete range of motion. See, now I'm doing it in a higher plane. See that? So in that simple move, if you weren't stationary with your eyes on something that is stationary, see, it's just across to cross. I'm shifting. I'm saying rib cage up, rib cage up, rib cage up, rib cage up. See that? And I'm stationary, focused on as I turn. I focus on something. Then I focus on something. But on this particular move, where I'm not going low, see, I'm just turning. Many of you have rounded your back and you don't realize that you've done it. So step back into your neutral stance, but it's wide, okay? You're turning, you're reaching, but what you're not gonna do, because see, I'm telling you not to do it, is you're not gonna round your back here, which is what happens a lot of times when we do these very functional tasks of every day, okay? So once that I've done that now, I'm just going to take my hand over my head and I'm going to grab my ear. And right now, I'm going to drop my shoulder. See that? Drop my shoulder and bring that back. Take a big breath in through the nose, out through the nose if possible. You see what I picked up here? I picked my pad up. I'm putting it in the floor. And then I'm going to do that task one more time. And I'm going to take an ear and I'm going to take it over my head and just grab the top of my ear. Then I'm going to drop that shoulder. Because the minute you did this, you brought your shoulder up. Okay? So this is a K workout. Okay? Drop those shoulders. Yes. Rib cage up. Now, just for the fact that I stepped up on a 2-inch, very spongy platform, by virtue of that, and then I go and I put my elbow over my head, breathe in through the nose, out through the nose if possible. See how I'm tapping here? I want you to drop both shoulders. I'm going to hang on there. And my knees are soft. Okay, now hang on there just for a second. Stay with me. Okay, I'm just touching my ear here. I'm holding on to the top of my ear. My elbow is pointing up. Here's the problem. If our elbow's down here, then I know we've got a problem in our shoulder. So what do? Drop your shoulders, go across here and just touch your earlobe if it bothers your shoulder, okay? Now the goal is, of course, to move in a very functional way, just like this, and we'll do the other one. See this? Breathe in through the nose, drop your shoulders, keep your head straight up. Don't tilt, don't tilt. Knees are soft. Now I'm gonna step back. See that? Then I'm gonna step up. Then I'm gonna step back. Then I'm gonna step up. It's amazing how putting your hand over your head like this, dropping your shoulders, breathing. See? Step up. Keep one foot on the pad. Okay, if you've tilted your head, pull it back. Okay, the elbow is up. Okay, are you ready? Drop your shoulders. Big breath, step down. Okay, step back. Release the hand, come down. Okay, this little 2-inch up down where you're doing a task up above your waist and then below your waist, such as stepping off, stepping back. If you're tilting your head, keep it straight up. Breath in through the nose, out through the nose, and come back up. And then bring it back down. Then bring those hands right here. We're gonna go out to a T. We're gonna turn our palms down. We're gonna turn our palms up. We're gonna go into a W. We're gonna bring our hands right here and just try to tap your deltoids right there. See? I'll turn to the side so you can see what I'm doing. See, I'm just tapping right here. My knees are soft, rib cage up, shoulders down, just tap. Then go into a W, okay? Here's the W right here, okay? Then we go up into a Y. And if you can go all the way up there, that would be a very good thing. Then we go up into straight up. Then we bring that hand down, 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 down right there. Okay, keep your elbows a little bit soft, just a little bit soft. Keep your shoulders down. I'm telling you, if you have any kind of shoulder issue and you don't do a lot of movements up over the head, or you have like crinkling happening in your shoulder or whatever, try to do these movements very on purpose, but keep your elbows soft, okay? Keep your elbows soft. See how I'm coming down like that? Yeah, then I'm gonna grab hold right here. I'm gonna bring my elbows in. Now I'm still maintaining on the little disc, okay? So here we go. Whoop, see, up over, see, up over, and then I come back down. Yeah, take a big deep breath, bring it right back here, push your hips forward. Yeah, drop your shoulders, drop them, drop them, drop them, drop your shoulders, drop your shoulders, drop your shoulders, drop your shoulders, push through the hips, push, and then come back, then come right here to your knees, right here to your knees, push the butt back. As you come down and you're bringing your hands down as far as you can go, you're gonna straighten your legs. Only when you get down as far as you can go, that's when you straighten your legs. We're gonna stay there for like 2 seconds, bend the knees, come back up, right there, okay? I'm gonna step off my little pad, okay? Big breath. So we're going through a whole core, called the ultimate core, is what it's called. And I'm doing some modifications as I come into now. So those of you who have a hard time getting all the way down here, you go here to the chair, put your hands on the chair, straighten those legs back, and you're making a little L here with the body. See that? Bring one foot in, step the other foot back, and you're gonna roll right into that heel. You got it? So let's do a little posture check. Drop your shoulders. Yes. Keep my chin tucked. And I'm looking right down here at the chair seat. See that? But I'm not hanging my head. That's what I want you to see. Then I'm going to bend my knee back here. And I'm going to come down as far as I feel I can. Some of you cannot even see yourself getting down all the way to the floor. If you want to try, you do it like this. You come down, you slide that foot out, and you come right down to the floor right there, okay? Now you may say, well, how am I going to get out of there, Jeannie? Well, the same way, only you might need to put your hand here beside you and your hand here, okay? You take a big deep breath and you come up. So that movement pattern right there is very foreboding to some people, okay? I know it. So let's do part of it. Bend the knee, come down, then come back. Take a big breath. Bend the knee, come down and just go down to your elbows. See that? Then come back. See, I'm not going all the way to the floor. I'm taking you step by step, especially when you have movement challenges. Okie dokie, I just come down to my elbows, take a big breath. I keep my chin up, or I'm tucked, and I go back. And I do that a couple of times. Then I straighten the front leg. Okay, when you straighten the front leg, you straighten the back leg, you pull that toe toward your shin. Big deep breath, big deep breath, big deep breath. Through the nose, and then you rock forward, bring that foot forward, come up. I hope you're doing this with me. I'm trying really hard to bring you right along. If you cannot get down on the floor, if you can, then of course you know to go right on down. Then you use your chair to help you assist up. Okay, so now we're going to switch. So one leg goes front, one leg goes back. Now we don't move from that until we get a little bit of stretch going, so that we get a little more flexibility in that calf. So how do you do that? You don't just stay there statically. You see what I'm doing with my knee? I'm bending it and then I'm pressing it back to the heel. At the same time, I keep talking to myself to drop my shoulders, okay? Because that helps you to protect your shoulders and it keeps your spine in a good neutral line. Okay, see how I'm just moving the knee in? These are called calf pumps. Okay, many of you who have sat maybe too long for whatever reason, find a chair or a counter. This time we're on a chair, and do a few calf pumps. Yeah, that really helps tremendously. Now, if I can go down, I can go down. You know, I don't have to do some of the modifications. But if that's a problem, do this with me. Bend the knee, bring the elbow down, and then come back. See that little movement pattern? Just the ability to do this and to keep your back in a really good neutral spine is a very big deal. See, I'll do it maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 times. Okay, just like that. Bend the knee, bring yourself down as far as you can, then come back up. This is a very good modification for that classic mobility challenge of coming down with your knee to the floor. It's a very classic move, very functional. See, I'm going to go right on down. If you can go down, great. If you can't, then just go halfway. And then when you're ready to come up, there's a sticking point, y'all. And until you've done this enough, see, I'm gone all the way down, and see if you have compromised joints, do not discount giving a little bit of a hand press and come up. It works and it helps you be more mobile. That's my whole point in going through this modification of a classic getting down, getting up, because that's out of the cards for many people, okay? And some of you in class, I know, struggle with this motion. So once we've done that several times, then we're going to come right back into this classic core move. See, I'm up here. I'm going to take my hands to the middle. I'm going to go up. I'm just going to bring my elbows up. Yeah, just like that. Then I'm going to bring them down. Then I'm going to go back to that W. See that W? Yeah. Now we're going to go down. We're going to turn our hands and come back. but we're not gonna lean in. Okay, let's do that one more time. Stay with me. Bring the hands this way. See, it's a big, like you're gonna dive. Bring the elbows in. Take a big deep breath. Bring the elbows up. Take a big breath in through the nose. The elbows are up as far as we can go. Bend the knees. Bring her back down. Bring her back down. Swoop down. And you're right back here. See that? Do not bend forward. Take these back. Now just bend those elbows. Press. Bend those elbows. Press. Bend those elbows. Press. Yeah, just give that elbow, that shoulder, gentle flossing motions, okay? Now, you probably don't have a tendency to bring your hands down, shoulders down, and go back and then bend your elbows too much. My guess is you haven't done that this morning. Okay, but if I go here and I bring them down and I do that just several times, okay, it makes everything else in your arms move better, much more fluid. Just take a few seconds. See, I'm not doing even any more than, I don't know, 6 to 10 repetitions of any of these. I'm going through a whole regiment of moves to get you to move your joints in a full range of motion. That's what I'm trying to do today. So now I'm going to bring my hands right here. I'm going to come here to the side, and I'm going to take one hand up as far as I feel I can. I'm going to feel how my shoulder is. Then I'm going to bring her down. Then I'm going to go the other side. And while I'm doing this, my shoulders need to stay in symmetry. See, while I'm bringing this arm up, my knees are bent a little bit. Okay, tight tummy. Bring that hand up. Okay, bring her back down. So we're going through a whole range of joint mobility moves today. All right, so front to back. Okay, and then what I want you to do is do a split stance. See that? So the minute I went into this, some of you, I won't say your names, you bent in. You didn't even know you did it. So say rib cage up. We're going to do a split stance. Say rib cage up again. Drop your shoulders. You go up and you go up. See that? Until you're contracting this back muscle. See that? Keep your shoulders down and in symmetry. Then you're just going to bring the back hand right here to the hip, and you're going to go back out with it. Now I'm in a split stance, and I'm telling you that this motion that I'm doing right now will pull you off. If you're in a split stance, you could get wonky, okay? So that's part of taking a look, focusing on something in front of you that is not moving, okay? And then once you've done that, with this move that I'm doing right now, with my shoulders down, breathing in through the nose, out through the nose, I'm bending the elbow, but I'm keeping my elbows out at the same height. See that? Drop your shoulders. You just got one or two more. Do it with me, do it with me. But I'm turning my head now, okay? I'm looking front, then I'm looking to the side, and I'm in a split stance. Okay, one more. So your arm back here should really be cranking, okay? And come back down. I can tell you love that. Don't forget which hand was back, because we're gonna switch, okay? So now I'm gonna go split stance. I'm just turning so you can see what I'm doing. Now I'm switching. So the opposite hand is in back. So I'm gonna reiterate. The minute you put your hand back and your hand forward, you say rib cage up, okay? If you're struggling holding your balance in a split stance, just widen it. That's all I want you to do is widen it. Yeah. Okay. So different modalities of stepping, standing, that all has to do with balance, mobility, etc. So here I am in a split stance, looking straight forward. I got my hands up as far as they'll go. Then all I'm going to do is bend the back elbow so that my hand comes just to my hips and then go back. Now, every time I do that, I'm going to say shoulders down, rib cage up. Breathe. And I'm going to add the chin turn. Okay. I didn't say head turn because when people are doing these tasks, many times we get head tilters. So you're just turning your chin. Say rib cage up. Yeah, hang out here. The knees are just soft. They're not locked. Breath, breath, turn. Bring it in. Try not to tilt. Big breath through the nose. Out through the nose if possible. And then turn back. Then turn out. Then turn back. Just one more. Turn out. Drop your shoulders. Drop your shoulders. Yay. All right. Now, we're going to use the chair as if it were the floor. So, all of you guys out there that tend to roll your eyes when I say we're going to get in the floor, no, stay right with us. You're going to use the chair. Yeah? So, before we use the chair in a core, back, leg, mobility move, we're going to do a big move, okay? So, we're going to bring our leg up to the chair and just give it a little tap. See that? Now, I don't want you to put your foot totally up on the chair. I just want you to hang the heel off and just go tap, 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 tap. See that? Now, if that gives you a problem, if you're tottering, maybe the chair is too high for where you're at. So you need a lower tapper. You can either use a bench or you can just tap here on the bottom rung of the chair. I like to use the rungs. If you're still having issues, then of course you get a pole and you hang on to that pole and you bring that leg right here and you go tap, 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 tap. See that? Then we don't just put it down. No. This is Mobility Wednesday. Bend your knee that's supporting you. Are you ready? We're going to bring it up and we're going to go open and then come back. Okay, now hang out with me. Again, safety first. And because I'm a little worried that you're not taking me at my word, I could say K here, but I won't. See here, I'm going to get my little pole. I'm just doing this because to be on camera, I can't use my wall. I'd have to move over there. You can use a wall. You can use another chair. Do not say, oh, that's, let me not do that move. It's no big deal. I can do that. Stay with me. See here? See here? I'm tapping. So what am I going to do? I'm going to lift. I'm going to go way out here to the side. This is my hip replace side. I know. I'm going to overlean when I go to this stability leg. But when you are hanging out here and you're moving open, it's very easy to lose your balance. Okay? But I want to go back to my home base. My home base is right here tapping. See? See? Now, of course, if you get way off, put your foot in the floor. But I like you to have something to hang on to. Okie dokie. Now I'm going to come up and I'm going to tap with the other foot. See there? And I'm going to open my leg. And I'm going to come back. and my supportive leg is soft. It's not locked. Okay, so here's my standing my ground, shoulders down, tight tummy, rib cage up. I'm gonna bring this up. Okay, I'm gonna tap. But in order to get this to move, I gotta release, keep it high, bring it way out here, try not to overlean. Take a big breath, bring it back. Yeah. Take a breath, 2 more times. Here we go. Bring it up, open, say rib cage up, breathe, bring it back. Tight tummy, drop your shoulders. One more time, here we go, up, soften the knee, open at that hip, bring it back, and bring it back, and bring it down. So all of that has to do with hip mobility, y'all, okay? And always have something that you can help stay in neutral posture. Now, we're gonna put our hands on the chair, and we're gonna go out with one leg, and we're gonna take the opposite hand and go up over the chair. Then we're gonna lift. Then we're gonna go down with the arm and the leg. Then we come back up. I'm gonna keep my chin tucked. And I'm just gonna go through the move about 3 times. I'm gonna hold, 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 hold. Elbow is soft. Don't lock your elbow. Don't lock your leg. Don't drop your head. Then come down and come down. Switch legs. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. You're gonna go out with the leg and come up as far as you can. Then you take your hand over the chair. Keep your chin tucked. Now go way up with that heel. Drop. Big breath into the nose. Exhale. In through the nose. Exhale. Big breath. Lift. Hold. 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 Keep it way up there, way up there, way up there. And bring it back down, and bring it back down, and bring it back down. Now, you can take that move, if you pull this up sometime, and do that whole thing on the floor, okay? So that's our quadruped, very important move to do if you want to keep ambulating, because you're working your core, your gluteal, your hamstrings. Yes, you are. Okay, we're gonna stand right here in front of the chair, and we're gonna do another hit on the hamstrings. And we're gonna do it from the chair. Now, I wanna really, really emphasize that if you feel that you've noticed you're walking, you know, whatever issues you have, I don't care if it's arthritis, hips replaced, knees replaced, feet problems, etc. If you cannot get in the floor, which I am going to get in the floor, but I want to show you who cannot get in the floor what you're going to do while we're in the floor, because this move is so very important to mobility. So it's a hip lift. You can do it right here in a chair. You go wide, see? Take a big deep breath. Then you just push your hips up. Take a big deep breath. And you really drop your shoulders so you don't sink. Drop your shoulders and then lift and then come back in. And you can do 6 to 10 lifts like that. It's that important. Now, if you want to make it a little more challenging and you're in the chair, you put one foot right in the middle, okay? And you come up and then you release this leg. See that? And then you go up, press, and then you touch the chair with your butt, and then you come back down. And I'm doing these with one leg, okay? So that is how you're able to keep stronger and more mobile in your walking and all your tasks. This is one way to do it. Now I'm going to do the other leg, and then I'm going to do a second set, and I'm going to get in the floor, okay? Are you ready? Drop your shoulders. put one foot right in the middle of the other one. You're gonna come up. You're gonna lift one leg now, and then you're gonna let yourself down to just tap the front of the chair with your hip. See? See that? Take a breath. Keep your shoulders down. And you just do 3 to 6. Okay? Just breath. Because it makes you use your gluteal, your hamstring, everything, your core, so much more. Okay. Before I get down to finish that set, so that's the first set. I did it together. I showed you how to do it. Then I showed you how to do one-legged ones. Then, see what I'm going to do right here on my chair? I'm going to get a full rotation through my hips right here. See? Grab that chair. You can put your laces down, lean back, or I like to do both. I like to do that, but then I like to keep my toes underneath me. So they're stretching, and I'm really moving all the way around. This is a great move. You can do it right from a chair, okay? As a matter of fact, if you do something like this, you're warmed up a little bit, and you just sit down and do something like this move, even 3 times, oh my goodness, you're gonna feel so much better. See how I'm curling my toes under, and I'm using my chair and really pulling myself around. I lean back until I get that stretch in the quad. Rotate, take a big deep breath, and then come back around. Let's do it one more time. I want you to burn this in your little sluggy brains, okay? When you're sitting in a chair and you want to feel a little better, like right then, I'm telling you, this kind of a move, see how I'm going to turn like this? And it doesn't matter if you have a shoe or not on. I'm keeping my toes down, but you can put your laces, the top of your foot on the ground. Then you just grab here and you really drop this. So you're opening right here. This is what creates such tight, immovable backs, is because we're in flexion all day long, okay? Take 30 seconds to a minute and do this, okay? You can thank me later. Here I come, see? Turn. I have my toes under me, so I'm really stretching through my plantar fascia. I'm gonna bring my hands over here. I'm gonna lean back just enough until I feel that quad fire in a stretch right there. See, it's really hitting that. Take a big deep breath through the nose. Big deep breath. And then I pull and I come back. And then I finish it with this move right here. See this? So you do 2 or 3 of those on either side, really hang on to it, say rib cage up. Then you come into this move, you turn gently, you push your forearm against your knee. So now you're addressing the lower back and a very tight groin, okay? Then you come to the center, you can hang out there as long as you need to. Then I push my forearm here, and I turn and look, and I just hang out here until I feel like I've stayed there enough to, and you can release it and then come back into it. Whichever you feel will help you to release that inner thigh, okay? So now I'm just gonna come and I'm gonna do this move again, and I'm gonna go ahead and just come right down. See, I could get down this way, or I could get down the way that we went down from the chair before, or stay in your chair. So I've already shown you the first set. Anybody who does not want to get in the floor, you stay in your chair, and you're gonna do those one-legged hip presses. So anybody that can do this with me, I hope you will. This is a very, this is one of the first moves that somebody's going to try to get you to do if you want to improve your legs in any way, okay? And or a back issue. It's going to be hip lifts. So how do you get into the position? Those of you who are not in the floor, you're sitting in the chair, correct? If we're getting into the floor, I'm going to come here, and then I'm just going to tuck my little hand under. And if you need a pillow under your head, put your little pillow under your head. And I'm going to come right here. See that? And I'm going to put my heels right here. And I'm going to tighten in my rear end. I'm going to lift. So this is when, if you're in the chair, you're doing the second set now. So you just lift those hips up, hang out here for a second, take a big deep breath. So here on this Mobility Wednesday, I'm doing a lot more holding right now. So as you sit down, bring a knee in, bring it up, move your ankle every which way, bring it down and go up again and hang out here for a bit. You're pushing into your heels. So if you're on your chair, you're lifting your hips up off the chair. You're hanging out here for a couple seconds. And then you go down, you bring your knee in, and you bring your leg out, and you go every which way with your ankle, okay? And then you come back down, and then we're gonna go back up again, and we're gonna hang out here, we're gonna squeeze, and you see I'm pushing into my heels, then I just barely touch, and then I come back up, and I squeeze, take a big breath, push, 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 and then come back down. Now, if you're on the floor, and we only did a few, right? We didn't do a bunch. Now I want you to do it with one leg. Those of you who are in the floor, because if you're in the floor, you're going to be able to challenge yourself a little bit more. But if you're in the chair, you're doing it with one leg. And I'm just going to do two. See? I want to get that back of that leg muscle to fire. And then I'm going to come back in. And I'm going to put the other foot down. Big breath, push. And you just hang up there for a bit. Then you come back down. Put that heel down, drop your shoulders. Put your head on a little pillow if you need it. And you come back down, okay? Bring those knees in. So if you're sitting in the chair, you just bring your knees in, one at a time or both. Probably much better if you just bring one leg in and then the other leg in. Okay, just one leg in, then the other leg in. All right, and just do a series of that. Okay, now put your feet on the floor if you're in your chair and drop your knees to the side and your arms to the opposite side. Okay, and then you switch. Here we go, all the way over. So this is a very important move. I call it the wave. But this is another way to help your spine move without hurting, and it helps it to release all the different tightnesses that emanate from arthritis, from different kind of activities that you've been doing. Just take a moment and do a couple of these, all right? So mostly what I've wanted to do today is really address mobility and vestibular function that I introduced on Monday. And I wanted to do a few different things through this. So I'm right here on the floor, see that? So I'm right here, see, right here. Take a big breath. I'm gonna look down. Then I'm gonna turn and look forward, okay? Now you may think, well, that's silly, that's no problem. Stay with me. We're in a different plane of motion. I'm pushing my shoulder down to keep it safe. I'm going to bring a knee forward and reach. I'm going to pull that toe. See that? And if you cannot do that, see, you could be doing this in the chair, one leg at a time. Be careful to keep your back extended, or go just halfway. See this? Keep your shoulder down. Now, while you're here, you're pulling your toe back. Now I want you to look down and then look back forward, okay? Look down and you're pulling your big toe. You're pulling, you're really getting a stretch going. Yeah? And then look down. See, we do that about 2 or 3 times. Then I bring it up. I come here and I go to the other side. Okay? And listen, I'm taking you through a full 50-minute session, 50, anywhere between 40 and 60. And we're doing all the stuff you're seeing in that many therapy type sessions you've been given, but you quit doing it. I know that's what we do because we're slugs, but that's okay. I'm here to do it with you. See, I'm going to hook my toe. I'm going to pull that back. If I need to bend my knee, I will. And I'm just trying to really pull and get a stretch going right here. And then I work my head. So I'm looking forward. And now I'm going to look this way. Okay, and then I'm going to look forward. And then I'm going to look this way. I'm not going to go fast, and I'm only going to do 2 to 3. See, but I'm pulling. And then I look down. Okay? Then I come back in. And I come back up. And I'm on all fours. Just like this. Now, if you're up and you're not in the floor, you're doing the same thing. Now, stay in the floor if you're in the floor. But if you're not, you're going to do the same thing we're doing. This is actually excellent for your stomach. Okay? So I'm just going to act like I'm going to come up, but then I go back. See that? So I'm going to go down. I'm going to pretend I'm going to come up, but I don't really come up. So you're going to do that on the chair. You're not going to do it fast. So I'm going to act like I'm going to come off the floor, but then I don't. I'm going to take a big breath. Drop your shoulders. Big breath into the nose. Press into the toes. Act like you're coming up, but then you don't come up. And I'm only going to do like 4 or so of these. I'm going to act like I'm going to come up, but then I don't. Big breath. One more. Act like you're going to come up, and then you don't. So it's those few inches that your knees are coming up and then down that just really brings those tummy muscles, core muscles into play. Okay? So here I am. I'm at my chair. I'm going to go to the move that you hate. See, my toes are under. See that? I'm going to lean in and come up. And then come up. Bring my hands right into my elbows again. See how my shoulders are moving. See how that's going. I might bring it in again. I'm going to go right out here. I'm going to go into a W. See that? I'm going to end with a few. We probably won't do 30. That's what I would like for you to do if you have shoulder issues. The palms are down. Breathing in through the nose. See what I'm doing? I'm just changing my foot patterning a little bit here because I want to roll all the way through my feet. And when you go into a cross body, be ready. You may get thrown. Okay? This is a very important movement series. Okay? Take a big deep breath. Go forward and back. Go forward and back. Bring your hands down. Go shoulders, 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 shoulders. Then bring your hands right here. And then I want you to do these little tiny turns. I don't even call it a twist. It's not only a twist. So what's happening? Okay, my rib cages are up. My shoulders are down. I'm breathing in through the nose. I'm just crossing the belly button with my elbows. That's all I'm doing. I'm holding my ground, both feet. I feel the pressure on all 4 corners of my foot. Okay, my knees are soft. Take a big breath. Stay with me on this. This is going to make you feel like, oh my goodness, I just feel so much better. Stay with me. Don't stop yet. Keep your tummy tight. Take a big breath. Big breath. And bring your hands down. Shake out, shake out, shake out, shake out, shake out. Okay, I revisited vestibular function. I wanted to highlight a lot of position with where you're looking. I want you to think about that. Make sure you know that when you're doing functional moves through your day, where are you looking? Because you may get thrown off of balance. So you have to be very mindful of that. So I hope this helped. Okay, see you on Friday, I hope.